take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in a resourceful feeling of calm relaxation. And as you exhale, that's it, relax your eyelids. Position your body in a way where you can become very comfortable. And as you breathe in and breathe out, just feel that you're breathing in a resourceful feeling of relaxation. And that as you exhale, feelings of tension, stress, any worries are starting to leave your body in your outward breath. That's it. And I want you to notice that as you slow down your breathing, you start to activate the lower part of your lungs. It's easy to breathe from the upper chest, but as you focus on your outward breath, I want you to notice that as you elongate that outward breath on the next inward breath, you can feel that you're breathing from your diaphragm, a deeper breath. And the deeper you breathe, the more resourceful you feel. And as you exhale, get the sense that more tension, stress, and worries are leaving your body in that outward breath. So simply by breathing in and breathing out, you're able to feel more and more relaxed, to feel like you're sinking downwards, to feel that as your body relaxes, your imagination awakens, enabling you to feel deeper and deeper relaxed. And it feels good to feel like you're drifting towards a place where change can take place. I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine going back in time, all the way back, maybe 100 or 200 years ago. And I want you to imagine you're in an old warehouse or a factory, and you can see people lifting heavy machinery with ropes. And I want you to get a sense that it would be so difficult for these people to lift these heavy machines just by pulling on a rope. And then you can hear the sound of clicks, and it becomes obvious to you. There is a ratchet mechanism in these cogs, these things that connect the ropes to the machine so that they can protect their progress. That as they lift these heavy machines, they can exert that effort. But every time they make new progress, the ratchet mechanism stops them from losing the very progress they fought hard to make. So you could see these people lifting incredibly heavy machinery because they can make the progress, have a rest, and then go back and make even more progress. And as you imagine witnessing this, I want you to open your mind to the idea that incredible change and incredible progress is possible when you're able to protect your wins, to protect your progress, to do something one step at a time. I want you to remember a time in your life, a time when you were at the ideal body weight for you. I want you to recall what your average weight was at that point in time. And there would have been a range where below a certain amount you would consider yourself to be too light, too skinny, and beyond a point that would be unacceptable for you back then. And I want you to acknowledge the idea that it's impossible to stay exactly at any one weight. That we naturally exist within ranges. A pound of body fat weighs the same as a pound of water. 2 glasses of water, and your weight goes up. But while the water has no calories, body fat might have several thousand calories. And therefore it doesn't make sense to be too attached to a single number, more to a range. And back then, your range at your ideal body weight was lower than it is now. And it might feel like a big challenge to just go back to that range because you're a different age. Your metabolism is perhaps different. You have a different lifestyle and commitments. But I wonder if your mind is open to the idea to moving in that direction, one step at a time. And I want you to make the evaluation that based on your current age and the lifestyle that you have, I want you to set the intention of what would be the ideal range for you at this point in your life. And I want you to think of what the number would need to be on a set of weighing scales that would represent the lower and upper numbers of that range. And once you know what that range would be, let me know by nodding your head. And we don't have to get there overnight. You couldn't if you tried. But just like that ratchet mechanism, what if every time you made progress, that became the upper limit of your acceptable range? You have evidence that you can be that weight because you are that weight. And by making it the upper limit of your range, you get to keep doing what you already do to make sure that life and your health and your body weight doesn't spiral out of control. You have a standard. And I want you to imagine that incrementally raising your standards based on the progress that you actually make means that of course the game is winnable because you're already doing it. I want you to imagine that you are able to observe your life like you're someone else. Perhaps you can imagine staring into your life, seeing you as if you're someone else. And I want you to see a version of you that is playing this game of incremental progress. I want you to see a version of you that acts the way that you act at the upper range as that upper range gets lower and lower. Perhaps you could imagine your body as a thermostat, capable of adjusting its settings to reach a new comfortable temperature, a healthier weight. But you wouldn't change a thermostat radically overnight. Imagine steadily lowering this thermostat. Each range provable by actually triggering the upper part of that range. I want you to see that version of you steadily and incrementally moving towards your ideal body weight. And maybe each time you get towards the lower range, you could imagine that being a stepping stone on your path to your ideal body shape. Every new personal best represents a new stepping stone, enabling you to get closer to your goal. And each achievement becomes a solid foundation for the next. Nobody can leap across a large river, but a river with solid stepping stones not too far apart mean that any river can be crossed. As you think about that ratchet mechanism, you appreciate that it only allows you to move forward. Each time you reach a lower weight range, that becomes your new starting point, the new upper range. There's no going back, only upward progress. And you'll notice the progress in your looseness of your clothes, the reflection you see in the mirror or shop windows. And as you shed this weight, your body will reward you with increased energy and vitality. And as your confidence grows and the evidence grows within your life, you'll know that each range proves that the next lower range is also possible. The healthier you feel, the more motivated you are to continue to make progress. And as you reduce your weight, you bring your body back into a wonderful feeling of balance and equilibrium, where health and vitality thrive. And you can trust your body's wisdom to guide you towards the weight that best serves your well-being. Your intuition is set to the current range, but as that range reduces and lowers, your intuition will adapt to the new range. So you will celebrate your successes with a feeling of continued progress, as your subconscious mind naturally gravitates towards healthier food choices and that sensible portion control. You effortlessly choose foods that nourish your body, enjoying the ability to mindfully eat. So much of food is just frantically eaten without even enjoying the taste, the texture, and the smells. And the more you notice, the more you will desire to eat with awareness, savoring each bite. And because your body wants you to continue to make progress, your body will tell you when it's satisfied, enabling you to stop eating without effort. As your body weight decreases, your body will crave movement and more exercise. And you can find joy in staying active. Exercise becomes an enjoyable part of your daily routine and speeds up the ability to make progress on that ratchet mechanism. And I want your body to accept the idea that it isn't always hunger. You can listen to your body's signals for hydration, and I want you to make the assumption that if you feel hungry, that you're probably just thirsty. And if you have a large glass of water, don't be surprised if that hunger goes away, because it wasn't hunger all of the time. One of the best things you can do is go to sleep on an empty stomach, giving your body the ability to have an extra click or two of that ratchet mechanism, waking up perhaps at a lower weight, becoming the upper range of a new standard, incrementally reducing that temperature in your body's thermostat of weight. You sleep better. You manage stress more effectively. And your subconscious mind associates pleasure with making healthy choices. That every time you make progress, every time you choose to drink water, eat vegetables, have a salad, somehow you feel that joy in nourishing your body. And the more nutrients you consume, the more you naturally become more conscious of the nutrients in your food and how they support your well-being. Food is fuel, but food is also medicine. And as you consume more of those micronutrients, you'll desire more of those micronutrients. In Western society, the average person is overfed and undernourished. And what if the key to this ratchet mechanism of weight loss is to be overnourished and underfed, giving your body all the nutrients it needs, but less calories than it wants, encouraging your body to take those calories from your stored body fat, enabling you to become healthier, slimmer, and enjoying the process of losing weight. Each time you can imagine hearing a click of that ratchet, your confidence increases, your self-esteem soars, you radiate confidence and attract positivity into your life. You like more and more the reflection you see in the mirror. Every time you see a lower weight on those scales, you feel more confident. You feel the progress. It feels like you're in control of your life. Whenever you see a thermostat in your home or anyone else's, you can imagine that range that you want your body weight to be and just feel that you're gravitating towards that ideal range. You don't have to be where you want to be. All that's important is that you're making slow and steady progress, which is why it's so important to celebrate every milestone along your journey. It doesn't make sense to celebrate with a big meal. That defeats the purpose. But you can celebrate through experiences, through activities, through a sense of gratitude, an acknowledgement of your progress. And each and every time you celebrate your achievements, you are reinforcing your commitment to that ideal future you. Celebrating your success makes the ratchet mechanism even stronger to protect your progress and prevent you moving in the opposite direction. I want you to recall a time that you were trading and you made an excellent trade that was very profitable. And maybe on certain trades you had this moving stop loss that meant you could keep making progress and more profit. But if the market turned the other way, you were limited to only losing a small amount of all the progress you'd already made. I want you to imagine that that is what's happening in your life. You can make progress, but it's difficult to go back the other way because every part of your body and mind is now gravitating towards this lighter, healthier, more confident future. And if your unconscious mind is willing to lower the thermostat of your weight range, to introduce a ratchet mechanism to protect your progress, to feel that there are solid stepping stones to get you to the future that you desire and deserve, let me know by nodding your head. And then imagine perhaps it's a few months in the future, and I want you to see that future version of you being in that ideal weight range. See the clothes you're wearing, the shape of your face. Perhaps you can even imagine you're on a beach or about to go for a swim. And I want you to see the shape of your body in this new weight range. And notice how motivated you feel when you accept that this is your future body. And the ratchet mechanism, the thermostat and the stepping stones are just ways to make slow, steady progress towards that future version of you. It's time to return to the present, but take this clarity with you. All these ways that your intuition has been keeping you in the current range will apply, but in these slowly changing new ranges that you access. And you will feel incredibly motivated and resourceful to trigger the lower range of your current range so that it becomes the upper range of your new range. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, feeling like you're fully activated and accessing this current feeling, fully in the present, fully in the moment, activating a highly resourceful version of you as I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.